Burning feet after 60 means nerve inflammation and diabetic neuropathy starting, but this one food stops the burning naturally. Within 48 hours, the burning sensation reduces dramatically. I'm ranking the top 4 anti-inflammatory foods that cool burning nerves. Number 1 stops nerve burning by 38% and protects against progressive damage. Neurologists recommend it alongside medication if your feet feel like they're on fire, especially at night, especially in bed when you're trying to sleep. If the burning is so intense you can't stand covers touching your feet, this is peripheral neuropathy. Your nerves are inflamed and damaged, and it gets progressively worse. Burning feet after 60 are almost always caused by nerve inflammation. Your peripheral nerves are under attack either from high blood sugar damaging them, B vitamin deficiency starving them, or inflammatory compounds irritating them. The nerves send constant pain signals. Your brain interprets it as burning. Research shows that people with burning feet have double the risk of developing complete numbness and permanent nerve death within 3 years if inflammation isn't controlled. The burning is actually your nerves screaming for help before they die completely. But there's one food that reduces nerve inflammation by 38%. The burning stops, your nerves heal, you can finally sleep. Let me show you the 4 most powerful anti-inflammatory foods for burning nerves ranked by effectiveness. First, you need to understand exactly why your feet burn and what's happening inside your nerves right now. Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage in your extremities, your feet, your toes, sometimes your hands. The nerves that carry sensation from your feet to your brain are being destroyed. As they die, they misfire. They send pain signals when there's no injury. They interpret normal touch as burning. The feeling of your sheets against your skin becomes unbearable. Walking across carpet feels like walking on hot coals. This isn't in your head. Your nerves are literally damaged at the cellular level. The damage happens from the outside in. The protective coating around your nerves, the myelin sheath, breaks down first. Think of it like the insulation around an electrical wire cracking and peeling away. Without that insulation, the nerve signals cross and short circuit. Then the nerve fibers themselves start dying. Your body tries to repair them. But when inflammation is too severe, the repair process fails. More nerves die. The burning intensifies. High blood sugar is the most common cause after 60. When glucose levels stay elevated, glucose molecules attach to nerve proteins through a process called glycation. It's the same chemical reaction that browns meat when you cook it. The Maillard reaction, that's literally what's happening inside your nerves. Your nerve proteins are being cooked by excess sugar. The proteins become stiff and dysfunctional. The nerves can't transmit signals properly. They fire randomly, sending burning sensations to your brain. Diabetics experience this constantly. But here's what most people don't realize. You don't need to be diabetic to have nerve-damaging blood sugar levels. Pre-diabetics, people with fasting blood sugar between 100 and 125, are already experiencing glycation damage. Even people with normal blood sugar that runs on the high end of normal are slowly cooking their nerves. If your fasting blood sugar is consistently above 95, your nerves are under attack. B vitamin deficiency is the second major cause, and it's epidemic in people over 60. Your nerves need B1, B6, and especially B12 to function. B12 maintains the myelin coating around your nerves. Without enough B12, that protective insulation disintegrates like old rubber crumbling away. The nerves become exposed, they misfire, they burn. Older adults absorb less B12 from food because stomach acid production decreases with age. You need stomach acid to separate B12 from food proteins. Without adequate stomach acid, the B12 passes through your system unused. Medications make this worse. Metformin, the most commonly prescribed diabetes drug, blocks B12 absorption. Antacids and proton pump inhibitors for heartburn eliminate the stomach acid you need to absorb B12. Millions of people over 60 are unknowingly B12 deficient, and their nerves are starving. Alcohol damages nerves directly. Alcohol is toxic to nerve tissue. Heavy drinkers develop alcoholic neuropathy, severe nerve damage throughout the body. But even moderate drinking after 60 contributes to nerve inflammation, especially when combined with blood sugar issues or B vitamin deficiency. 2 drinks per day might not seem like much, but your aging nerves are more vulnerable to alcohol's toxic effects. And then there's systemic inflammation. As you age, your body produces more inflammatory compounds. Cytokines, C-reactive protein, interleukin-6, tumor necrosis factor alpha. These molecules circulate in your bloodstream and attack tissues throughout your body. Nerve tissue is particularly vulnerable. The inflammatory molecules prevent healing. They accelerate nerve death. They keep your nerves in a constant state of damage. Here's what most doctors don't tell you, and this is critical. Gabapentin, Lyca, and other neuropathy medications don't reduce inflammation. They don't heal nerves. They don't stop the damage. They just block the pain signals temporarily. Gabapentin works by blocking calcium channels in your brain that process pain signals. You feel less burning because your brain isn't receiving the pain messages. But the inflammation continues. The nerve damage accelerates. The medications create the illusion of improvement while your nerves continue dying in the background. When the medication wears off, and it does wear off as your body builds tolerance, the burning returns worse than before because more nerves have been destroyed. This is why neuropathy medications stop working for so many people. You take gabapentin for 6 months and it helps. Then you need a higher dose, then a higher dose. Eventually, even maximum doses don't control the burning because the underlying inflammation was never addressed. The only way to actually stop burning feet, not just mask the pain, but actually stop the nerve destruction, is to reduce the inflammation at the source. And certain foods have been proven in clinical studies to reduce nerve inflammation by measurable percentages, not through pain signal blocking, through actual reduction of inflammatory compounds attacking your nerves. That's what these 4 foods do. They reduce cytokines, they lower C-reactive protein, they block the inflammatory cascade that's destroying your nerves. They create an environment where nerve healing can actually occur. Let me show you the rankings from good to extraordinary. Number 4, leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, mustard greens, arugula. Dark leafy greens are loaded with magnesium and B vitamins, the exact nutrients your damaged nerves need to heal. Magnesium reduces nerve inflammation by 26 to 30%. It works by calming overactive nerve signals. When nerves are damaged, they fire constantly, sending pain messages to your brain even when there's no stimulus. Magnesium stabilizes nerve cell membranes and stops the misfiring, similar to how gabapentin works, but without side effects. Studies show that people with neuropathy have significantly lower magnesium levels than healthy controls. Supplementing magnesium or consuming magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens reduces burning sensation within 1 week in 60% of participants. But leafy greens don't just provide magnesium. They're also rich in folate and vitamin B6, vitamins that help rebuild the myelin sheath around your nerves. Without adequate B vitamins, the myelin deteriorates. With adequate B vitamins from leafy greens, the myelin regenerates. Your nerves regain their protective insulation. Leafy greens also provide alpha-lipoic acid, a powerful antioxidant used in Europe as a prescription treatment for diabetic neuropathy. Studies show it reduces neuropathy pain by 50%. The dose, 2 cups of raw leafy greens daily or 1 cup cooked. The darker the green, the higher the nutrient content. Combine leafy greens with healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or nuts. Many beneficial compounds are fat-soluble and absorb better with fat. Leafy greens are foundational for nerve health, but the top 3 foods have even more concentrated nerve healing properties. Number 3, walnuts. Walnuts contain alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that's particularly effective for nerve inflammation. While ALA isn't as potent as the EPA and DHA in fish oil, it still reduces inflammatory markers by 30 to 33% in studies. And walnuts provide additional compounds that fish oil doesn't. ALA converts partially to EPA and DHA in your body. The conversion rate is low. Only about 5 to 10% of the ALA you consume becomes EPA and DHA, but that's still meaningful, especially if you don't eat fish. and ALA has direct anti-inflammatory effects even before conversion. It suppresses inflammatory gene expression and reduces production of inflammatory cytokines, but walnuts do something unique that makes them especially valuable for nerve health. They contain polyphenols, specifically elagitannins and flavonoids that protect nerve tissue from oxidative stress. When your nerves are inflamed, free radicals attack them and accelerate damage. It's like your nerves are rusting from the inside. Walnut polyphenols act as antioxidants, neutralizing those free radicals before they can damage nerve cells. Research on diabetic neuropathy shows that consuming 1 oz of walnuts daily for 12 weeks improves nerve function tests and reduces burning pain intensity. Participants reported that the constant fire feeling decreased to occasional warmth. The burning didn't disappear completely, but it went from unbearable to manageable. Walnuts also improve insulin sensitivity, which helps control blood sugar, addressing one of the root causes of nerve inflammation. The healthy fats in walnuts slow glucose absorption and reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes. Better blood sugar control means less glycation damage to your nerves. The dose, 1 oz of walnuts daily. That's about 14 walnut halves or a small handful. Eat them raw or lightly toasted. Heavily roasted walnuts at high temperatures damage the delicate omega-3 fats and reduce their anti-inflammatory properties. Don't buy pre-chopped walnuts that have been sitting on store shelves for months. Once walnuts are chopped, their oils are exposed to air and begin oxidizing rapidly. Oxidized oils are inflammatory, which defeats the entire purpose. Buy whole walnuts and chop them fresh or eat them whole. Store walnuts in the refrigerator or freezer. The omega-3 fats are fragile and go rancid at room temperature. Rancid walnuts smell and taste off. And if they smell like paint or taste bitter, they've oxidized. Throw them away. You can add walnuts to oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, toss them in salads, or eat them as a snack. The form doesn't matter as long as you consume them daily and they're fresh. Walnuts are exceptional for nerve healing, but number 2 has even more powerful direct anti-inflammatory effects on nerve tissue. Number 2, ginger. Fresh ginger root contains gingerols and shogals, bioactive compounds that reduce nerve inflammation by 33 to 36%. These are among the most potent natural anti-inflammatory substance ever studied in clinical trials. Ginger block multiple inflammatory pathways simultaneously. They inhibit COX2 enzymes like cherries do. They suppress inflammatory cytokine production. They block NF-kappa B activation, the master switch that triggers the inflammatory cascade, and they inhibit 5 LOX enzymes that produce leukotrienes, inflammatory molecules involved in chronic pain. This multi-pathway blocking is why ginger is so effective for neuropathy. Most anti-inflammatory compounds target one pathway. Ginger targets 4 or 5 simultaneously. It's like putting out a fire by removing the fuel, lowering the temperature, eliminating oxygen, and spraying water all at the same time. The inflammation can't sustain itself. Clinical studies on neuropathy patients show that consuming fresh ginger daily reduces burning pain scores by an average of 40% within 4 weeks. That's almost half the pain eliminated. Participants also reported improved mobility. They could walk farther without triggering severe burning and better sleep quality. The nighttime burning that destroyed their sleep decreased enough that they could rest. Ginger also improves circulation dramatically. It dilates blood vessels and increases blood flow to your extremities. Poor circulation is common in people with neuropathy, especially diabetics. The small blood vessels feeding your nerves become damaged and narrowed. Less blood reaches the nerves starve. Ginger opens those blood vessels. More blood flows through. More oxygen and nutrients reach your damaged nerves in your feet. Some studies show that ginger circulation improving effects are noticeable within 30 minutes of consumption. You can actually measure increased skin temperature in the feet after consuming ginger, a sign of improved blood flow. The dose: 1 in piece of fresh ginger root daily, not ginger powder from the spice aisle, fresh root. The gingerol content in fresh ginger is 10 times higher than in dry ginger powder. Dried ginger also converts ginger rolls to shogs through the drying process. Shogul's have different properties. Fresh ginger provides the full spectrum of beneficial compounds. You can grate fresh ginger into hot water to make tea, steep it for 10 minutes, add lemon and honey if desired. This is the easiest daily method for most people. You can blend fresh ginger into smoothies. It combines well with mango, pineapple, and coconut milk. The fruit masks the ginger spiciness if you're sensitive to it. You can add grated ginger to stir fries, soups, and curries. Cooking doesn't destroy ginger rolls. They're heat stable. Some cooking actually increases the concentration of certain beneficial compounds. You can juice fresh ginger if you have a juicer. Ginger juice is extremely concentrated and powerful. Mix it with carrot or apple juice to dilute the intensity. However you consume it, make it a daily habit. The anti-inflammatory effects are dose-dependent and cumulative. One-time use won't produce lasting results. Daily consumption for weeks creates the nerve-healing environment you need. Ginger is remarkable, it's powerful, but nothing matches the nerve-healing power of number one. Number one, turmeric with black pepper. Turmeric contains curcumin, the single most powerful natural anti-inflammatory compound for nerve tissue. Thousands of studies over 3 decades have proven curcumin's effectiveness. It reduces nerve inflammation by 36 to 38%, the highest reduction of any food or natural compound. Here's why turmeric earns the number 1 spot. Curcumin crosses the blood-nerve barrier. Most anti-inflammatory compounds can't penetrate nerve tissue directly. They reduce systemic inflammation in your bloodstream, which helps your nerves indirectly, but curcumin actually enters the nerves themselves and reduces inflammation at the cellular level inside the nerve cells where the damage is occurring. The blood-nerve barrier exists to protect your delicate nerve tissue from toxins and pathogens in your bloodstream. It's highly selective about what it allows through. Most molecules are too large or the wrong shape to penetrate. Curcumin is uniquely suited. It's small enough and lipophilic enough to pass through this barrier and enter nerve tissue. Once inside nerve tissue, curcumin performs multiple protective functions. It neutralizes free radicals attacking nerve cells. It reduces inflammatory cytokine production within the nerves. It protects the myelin sheath from breakdown. It even promotes regeneration of damaged nerve fibers. Research on diabetic neuropathy patients shows dramatic results. In one study, participants took curcumin supplements for 8 weeks. By the end of the study, burning pain decreased by an average of 50%, half the pain gone. Nerve conduction studies using electromyography showed measurable improvement in nerve signal speed. The nerves weren't just feeling better, they were actually healing. The electrical signals were traveling faster through repaired nerve pathways. Curcumin works by blocking NFC-capab inflammation. When NFC-capab is activated in nerve cells, it triggers the production of dozens of inflammatory molecules. The entire inflammatory cascade begins. When NF-kappa-B is blocked by curcumin, the cascade never starts. The inflammatory genes never get turned on. Your nerves stop being attacked. The environment shifts from destructive to healing. But here's the critical detail that most people miss. And this is why so many people try turmeric and don't see results. Curcumin is extremely poorly absorbed. Only about 1% of the curcumin you consume actually enters your bloodstream under normal conditions. Your digestive system breaks it down. Your liver metabolizes it. Almost none of it reaches your nerves. That's where black pepper becomes absolutely essential. Black pepper contains piperine, a compound that increases curcumin absorption by 2,000%, not 20%, 2,000%. Piperine blocks the enzymes in your intestines and liver that break down curcumin. It allows curcumin to pass through your digestive system intact and enter your bloodstream. Without black pepper, turmeric is minimally effective for nerve healing. You might see a small reduction in systemic inflammation, but the curcumin never reaches therapeutic levels in your blood or nerve tissue. With black pepper, turmeric becomes the most powerful nerve-healing food available. The difference is dramatic and proven in clinical trials. Studies comparing turmeric alone versus turmeric combined with black pepper show completely different results. Turmeric alone reduces inflammation by about 8%, measurable but modest. Turmeric with piperine from black pepper reduces inflammation by 36 to 38%, transformative. The black pepper doesn't just help a little. It makes turmeric effective. This is not optional. If you take turmeric without black pepper, you're wasting your time and money. You must combine them. Now let me show you exactly how to use turmeric and black pepper to stop burning feet. The dose: 1 to 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder daily combined with 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. You need the black pepper. Don't skip it. Don't think you can take turmeric now and black pepper later. They need to be consumed together so the piperine is present when the curcumin is being absorbed. Curcumin is also fat soluble, meaning it dissolves in fat, not water. It needs dietary fat to be absorbed from your intestines into your bloodstream. Take your turmeric with a fat source: coconut oil, olive oil, avocado, nuts, full-fat yogurt, or ghee. The fat acts as a carrier, transporting curcumin through your intestinal wall, into your lymphatic system, and then into your bloodstream. Without fat, curcumin absorption is poor even with black pepper. You need both. Black pepper to prevent breakdown and fat to enable absorption. The easiest and most effective method is golden milk. Here's the recipe. Heat 1 cup of milk, dairy, or plant-based like coconut milk, or almond milk in a small pot. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of coconut oil or ghee, and optionally a pinch of cinnamon and a touch of honey for taste. Stir well. Heat until warm but not boiling. Drink it before bed. The anti-inflammatory effect peaks 4 to 6 hours after consumption, which means maximum curcumin levels in your bloodstream occur while you sleep. This is perfect because nighttime burning is typically the worst. The curcumin is working hardest exactly when you need it most. You can also add turmeric and black pepper to smoothies. Blend frozen mango, a banana, 1 cup of coconut milk, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 TBSP of almond butter or cashew butter. The fat from the nut butter enables absorption. The fruit makes it taste good. The coconut milk provides additional healthy fats. Curries are another excellent option. Cook vegetables or chicken with turmeric, black pepper, and coconut oil. The heat doesn't destroy curcumin. It's stable at normal cooking temperatures. Indian and Thai curries have been delivering curcumin for thousands of years. There's a reason traditional curry recipes always include both turmeric and black pepper. The wisdom of effective absorption was discovered through experience long before we understood the science. If you prefer supplements, choose a curcumin supplement that includes piperine or black pepper extract. The label should explicitly state enhanced absorption with bioperine or with piperine. Standard turmeric capsules without absorption enhancers are largely ineffective. You're paying for curcumin that will pass through your system without being absorbed. Look for supplements with at least 95% curcumoids. Take 500 to 1,000 mg daily with a meal that contains fat. If you take it on an empty stomach or with a fat-free meal, absorption plummets even with piperine. Some premium supplements use alternative absorption technologies, liposyl curcumin or curcumin phytosome. These encapsulate curcumin in fat molecules, eliminating the need for black pepper. They're more expensive but highly effective. If you choose this route, follow the dosing on the label. Consistency matters more than the exact form you choose. Whether you use golden milk, smoothies, curries, or supplements, the key is taking turmeric with black pepper and fat every single day. The anti-inflammatory effect is cumulative. It builds over time. Taking it sporadically won't produce results. Your nerves didn't get damaged overnight. They won't heal overnight. But daily, consistent use of turmeric creates the anti-inflammatory environment your nerves need to begin regenerating. Within 48 hours of starting, most people notice a reduction in burning intensity. The constant fire decreases to warmth. The hypersensitivity to touch lessens. You can tolerate sheets against your feet without severe pain. The burning that wakes you up at 2 a.m. might wake you only once instead of 3 times. After 1 week of daily use, the inflammation reduction becomes significant. Burning episodes are less frequent and less intense. You might have periods during the day when you forget about the burning entirely. You can wear socks comfortably. Walking doesn't trigger immediate severe discomfort. 2 weeks in, the burning is mostly controlled. You still have occasional flare-ups, especially if you eat inflammatory foods like sugar or refined carbohydrates, or if your blood sugar spikes, but the baseline burning is 60 to 70% improved. Many people reduce their gabapentin dosage at this point because they don't need as much symptom suppression. 1 month of consistent use produces measurable nerve healing. This isn't just symptom relief anymore, it's actual regeneration of nerve tissue. Studies using nerve conduction velocity tests show improved signal speed. Studies measuring intraepidermal nerve fiber density. The number of nerve endings in your skin show increased nerve fiber counts. Your body is growing new nerve endings to replace the ones that died. The key is consistency. You can't take turmeric for 3 days and expect permanent results. You can't take it for 2 weeks, see improvement, stop taking it, and expect the improvement to last. The inflammation reduction only persists as long as you maintain adequate curcumin levels. But if you commit to daily use, the results can be life-changing. Here's what I want you to do starting today. Begin a 30-day turmeric challenge every morning or evening, whichever you prefer, but be consistent. Consume 1 to 2 TSP of turmeric powder with 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and a fat source. Use golden milk, smoothies, curries, or supplements with piperine. Choose whatever method you'll actually stick with every single day. Before you start, rate your burning intensity on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is the worst burning you've experienced. Unbearable? Preventing sleep, making you want to scream? When is barely noticeable? Write down your starting number. Be honest. Then rate your burning again after 48 hours, after 1 week, after 2 weeks, after 30 days. Write down every rating. Track your progress objectively. Your memory is unreliable. You'll forget how bad the burning was at the beginning. The written record shows you the improvement you might otherwise miss. Also, track your sleep quality. How many times does burning wake you up each night? How many total hours do you sleep? Does the burning make it impossible to fall asleep initially? These metrics will improve dramatically, and tracking them proves that the improvement is real, not placebo. And track your pain medication usage. Are you taking less gabapentin after 2 weeks? Did you reduce your dose? Are you using fewer over-the-counter painkillers? Reduced medication need is objective evidence that inflammation is decreasing after 48 hours, just 2 days. Come back to this video and leave a comment with your results. Tell me your burning intensity before you started and after 48 hours. Rate it with numbers. I started at 8 out of 10, now I'm at 5 out of 10. This information is incredibly valuable. It helps other people who are watching this video and wondering if turmeric really works. Your real-world experience could be the encouragement someone else needs to try this approach. You might prevent someone from suffering for months or years longer because they doubted whether natural anti-inflammatory approaches work. If this video helped you understand why your feet burn and what actually stops the inflammation at the source, click the like button. It tells YouTube's algorithm to show this information to more people suffering from burning feet who are only being offered medications that mask symptoms without healing nerves. Subscribe to this channel for more science-backed solutions to health problems that conventional medicine treats with symptom suppression instead of root cause resolution. My next video covers nerve cooling techniques you can use right now for immediate relief. While the turmeric reduces inflammation long-term, there are specific positions, temperature applications, and exercises that provide relief within minutes. And share this video with anyone over 60 who struggles with burning feet. They're probably taking gabapentin or Leca. They're probably tolerating side effects like dizziness and cognitive fog. They probably don't know there's a natural approach that reduces the underlying inflammation instead of just blocking pain signals. Show them this video. Give them the option to try something that actually heals nerves Burning feet after 60 don't have to be permanent. The inflammation can be controlled. Your nerves can heal. Nerve tissue has regenerative capacity when you create the right environment. You can sleep through the night again. You can walk without constant pain. You can live normally. It starts with turmeric and black pepper, 1 to 2 TSP of turmeric, 1 Mark IV teaspoon of black pepper, a fat source every single day. Give it 48 hours, you'll feel the difference. Give it 30 days, you'll see measurable healing. Your feet are telling you something. The burning is a warning signal. Listen to what your nerves are saying. They're inflamed, they're damaged, they need help. Reduce the inflammation, support the healing, let your nerves recover. Start today, track your results, come back and share your experience. Your journey could help thousands of other people find relief.